Hey, it's Spooky Haunts here, and I'm back with another spooky unboxing video. So if you guys have not mentioned by the theme, it is going to be a great unboxing video because I'm going to be unboxing the collector's edition of Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Nintendo Switch. So I am super excited to do this video here tonight. This actually just came from Nintendo about a few hours ago, so I wanted to do the video as soon as I got it. This is also from Nintendo as well, so I want to thank Nintendo for sending this to me a couple of years later, because we all know that this collector's edition came out back in 2019 when Luigi's Mansion 3 came out. So this is a sealed copy of Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Nintendo Switch. This game came out in October of 2019, so it's been about 6 years since the third installment of Luigi's Mansion came out for the Switch. I am going to be playing a run-through of this, so it is sealed at the moment, but when I am ready to play the game, once again, I am going to open it up. So right now, it's going to be sealed as in right now. But this collector's edition came separately, so it did not come with the game. And I remembered when they were first coming out with the collector's edition, GameStop had it up for pre-order, and then it sold out instantly, and then I never saw it back in stock since. And then Nintendo's website, it sold out, and it just looked like they only mass-produce a certain amount of these, since it is a collector's edition, limited edition. And you guys already know, I love spooky things, so this was a must-have for my collection. Also, too, GameStop also has sent it as well from Nintendo, so GameStop also had it available on their website as well, which is kind of shocking because this thing's been sold out since 2019. And the fact that it's back in stock 6 years later, it looks like they either had stock that they never took out during that time, or they just made more of them, and now that's why they have more of them. So luckily enough and fortunate enough to have this. I think this by itself goes for about $89 to $90. And you don't want to buy this off eBay because you're probably going to be paying a pretty penny for this. I'd say probably you would be paying, I would definitely say, maybe a lot more or triple the amount of money, since people resell them and also decide that they want to, that they want to resell it for a higher value. But I'm very fortunate enough to have this. Let's take a look at it. This is a lot bigger as I expected. And I never actually saw the statue in person. So this is a lot larger than I expected. But I am going to put it on my shelf. I have some shelf space right there next to my Switch 2. So it's going to go in front of it. And I also have a Luigi's Mansion 2 high definition one on the way as well, which we're going to do an unboxing video of that when it arrives. And I don't think it's going to be the same size as this, because this one is pretty massive. And definitely is well worth the money if you're a collector like myself. So really awesome box as well. But this looks better out of the box, so we're going to unbox it on this video. But really such cool detail. Like I said, this was produced in 2019 when Luigi's Mansion 3 came out for the Nintendo Switch. And they made a limited edition of the statue, which what they could have did when this game came out is if you pre-ordered from GameStop, the statue would be pre-orderable as well. But I guess when this game was, when Luigi's Mansion 3 was up for pre-order, I guess this wasn't available for pre-order at the time. So it looks like this was just separate in its own SKU, which I find kind of disappointing, because if you want the game and you love Luigi's Mansion like myself, you would want to pre-order both of them. But I guess at the time, by the time this game was available for pre-order, this was already sold out instantly, which probably GameStop probably got about one or two of these, and then that was pretty much it. But anyway, let's take a look at the packaging of this. It says Luigi's Mansion 3 on the main cover. And then up top, it does show you of Luigi chasing the Polterpup. So I really do like the detail there. It kind of looks like it glows in the dark, because you could see like that little green outline. So it does kind of look like it glows in the dark there. So they really did a good job with the artwork here. And on the side, it says Luigi's Mansion 3. And then in the front, it says Luigi's Mansion 3. And then on the side, it shows Luigi kind of scared with the Poltergeist 3000. So really nice artwork, and as you touch it, it kind of feels a little bit raised. So they did a really fantastic job with the design, with the packaging. And Luigi's Mansion 3 is an amazing game. So if you haven't played it on the Switch yet, I suggest playing it. This is still a $60 game. So if you are going to be buying it physically or digitally, it's still a $60 game, which Nintendo usually charges $60, even though their games have been out for 5-6 years. They never go down on value, but this is definitely a very fun game. I've never beaten this game. I've gotten almost to the end, but I am going to be doing a playthrough of this at some time on my Switch too. And I'm actually going to try to beat this for the first time. So it's an amazing game. I mean, whoever doesn't like Luigi's Mansion 3, that was top rated as the best Switch game of 2019. So anyway, in the back, it also says Luigi and Polterpup, 9-inch PVC painted statue. And then in the back, it says collect the line. And it also says prototype shown, final product may be slightly different. So it does look like here. You could actually get the plain statue of just Luigi, as you could see, but I feel like that would be kind of boring. But then the one that you have here has Polterpup, which is a nice touch. So this is the Polterpup one. So I'm guessing they had two different designs of the Luigi's Mansion 3 statue. So I think one of them just had Luigi, and then the other one has Luigi with Polterpup. So this is the Luigi and Polterpup one. Without any further ado, I believe this lights up. So let's take a look at the packaging one more time. We got to see the detail in this when we unbox it. So here we go. Let's get into this. I'm super excited. This actually arrived within a couple of days, which wasn't bad. And I was kind of skeptic because I kind of thought to myself, there's a possibility that the order was placed that they might not even have this. I feel like I thought the name, the product was wrong. I thought it was misinformation, but it looks like no, they still have these back in stock. So 7 years later, I'm unboxing the Luigi's Mansion 3 Collector's Edition statue on my spooky channel, because that's what we do here. So let's check it out. And like I said, it's a lot bigger than I expected, but I do have some room on my shelf. And I also do plan on keeping this box. So I do want to keep the box in pristine condition as I open it. And it looks like there is tape on both sides. So we're going to try to open the tape there. Try to bear with me here. I don't have a scissor for this video. I wasn't prepared to have a scissor, but I'm just going to try to lift the tape up, which could be kind of risky. But it looks like I should be all right. So like I said, I do want to keep this box in pristine condition, just in case I have to move it somewhere, and I could just put it back in the box to protect it. So I do plan on holding on to this box. So I do want to keep it in pristine condition. I don't want to rip it or damage it where I can't put it back in. And yes, it's always good to keep the boxes for these things, because if you ever want to put it back in the box over time, you could put it as it was packaged. All right, so without any further ado, let's take a look at the Luigi's Mansion 3 Luigi and Polterpup statue. Ooh, I'm already getting the nostalgia of the game. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. Now, is Luigi's Mansion 3 my favorite Luigi's Mansion game of the franchise? It's not, but it is still considered the newest one. Even though Luigi's Mansion 2 HD was the most recent one that came out, but that game was more of a remake. But Luigi's Mansion 3 is the newest in the installment, so they definitely changed that game around a lot. So that game was definitely different from the other ones. And they did package this really nicely. Take a look at this here. It looks like they didn't tape the sides, which I thought they did. Okay, there we go. So that just comes out. I'm not going to try to open that any possible way. Ooh, my God. Let's take a look at this statue. So it does have some sort of weight to it. So it's got some weight to it. This is very hefty. Wow. Look at this statue. Let's just take a look at it. And also, too, there's some artwork in the back, if you have not noticed. They put, like, one of the elevator doors from Luigi's Mansion 3 as one of the backgrounds in the packaging. How cool is that? Now, that is full detail. And like I said, those little things is what I love. But they put the elevator from the game in the back. So if you do want to just keep the box as a display, you have the nice display of the elevator from the game. So let's take a look at this statue. And I definitely got to say, this looks really, really nice. So you got Polterpup on the left side. He's more of like a hollow feel. So he's got like that nice hard plastic. So they did a great job with the detail here. Let's just try to do a 360 look. So you kind of have his tongue sticking out as expected, as what the Polterpup does. And then you have Luigi just standing there looking really scaredish, as he normally does with the Poltergeist 3000. So look at the detail on this. They did a phenomenal job with this. And these are the type of things that I love when it comes to collectible statues, the full detail. I mean, this is literally the detail as you see on the main cover of Luigi's Mansion 3. And they did a phenomenal job with this. And like I said, his pants are as perfect. And then you have him on this little stand. So that's kind of cool. So it's like he's about to enter the spooky elevator. So I kind of like what they did here. This is not painted on top of it, but this is kind of like, it looks like it's kind of like coated, like a layer of like fabric. This is really cool. So they didn't like paint it all in one. They kind of added this as raised, as it's like a fabric over it. So again, they did phenomenal with the detail on this. And I also do believe that this lights up. So I don't think you need batteries unless you got to unscrew this bottom here. We're about to test this out in a minute. And it looks like you might need batteries to install that, which is kind of a bummer. I always like when they put batteries included so you guys could see how this looks like on camera. But after this video is done, I'm actually going to unscrew this part. I'm going to put the batteries in, and then if you guys follow me on my spooky Instagram, I'm going to have this thing light up, and also on my TikTok as well. So if you follow me on those platforms, you'll be able to see him light up. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show it on the video because I have to put the batteries in. And also, too, something else popped up. It looks like they also added a diorama background. So they gave me like this little pamphlet, which kind of popped up, but it says Luigi's Mansion 3. Guys could see that. So it's like a kind of like a mini poster type thing. And it just says, oh, it's just promoting some spooky Nintendo statues, as you could see. So it's kind of like a store that they sell. So like you could get the Luigi's Mansion 3 Luigi Polterpup. Could also get the Cat Mario from Mario 3D World. Could also get Bowser, Mario on top of Yoshi. So that is kind of cool. But you know, but this is spooky. This is what I like in my spooky room. So having the Luigi's Mansion 3 with Polterpup as well. And also too, you could also get just the one with just Luigi. But that's kind of boring. I got the one with the Polterpup. But that is pretty much it. That is the Luigi's Mansion 3 Collector's Edition statue. I'm going to be displaying this. Like I said, follow me on my Instagram because I'm going to be actually lighting this up on my Instagram. So you guys could see it on there and on my TikTok. But for now, this is a great statue. I got to give this a 20 out of 10 if I possibly can. I mean, this is a statue that is expected for the price. I mean, they really, again, went full all on out with this detail of the statue. So I'm going to get this thing opened. I'm going to get it lit up. I'm going to light it up and see what it looks like. I'm pretty sure Polterpup is going to light up too, like as a ghost. And I think Luigi, I don't think he lights up at all. I think it's more Polterpup. But you guys can see that on my Twitter, on my Instagram, and on my TikTok. So I'm going to wrap it up for now. This is the Luigi's Mansion 3 Collector's Edition statue. I'll be back on another spooky video, and thanks for watching. And remember, always stay spooky. Luigi's Mansion is my favorite game. Thanks for watching.